January 1st. That's when thousands of women's careers end. Not because they did anything wrong, but because for the first time, they have to show their real faces. In China, AI beauty filters are being banned, but the panic has revealed something very sinister. Why would banning a simple filter destroy entire careers? Why is the West suddenly rushing to do the same thing? And what did they discover that made them act so fast? Welcome to Glow Up Girl. Today we're uncovering why AI beauty filters are being banned, so be sure to like and subscribe because we're going deep. Beauty mode doesn't just smooth your skin. It rebuilds your entire face, according to an algorithm's definition of beauty. Turn on the filter, and you become someone else entirely. Your eyes reshape, your nose pinches smaller, your skin becomes porcelain. Reality bends. Turn it off? Well, that's the problem. 99.8% of female streamers use beauty filters. Not just most, almost all. These women built entire careers on faces that don't exist. Thousands of followers, donations from devoted fans, all for someone who was never real. We've spent years watching faces that don't actually exist, and we've been conditioned to think they're beautiful. But when you learn what it's doing to your brain, things get dark. There's a psychological concept called cultivation theory. Long-term exposure to media content shapes what you believe is real. When you see filtered faces every single day, thousands of them, your brain starts accepting them as normal. Real faces start to look wrong. Research shows that comparing yourself to idealized images online is directly linked to body dissatisfaction and eating disorders. But there's a twist. You're not competing with other women anymore. You're competing with AI, with algorithms that generate one perfect face and paste it onto everyone. Then there's self-objectification. When you spend hours monitoring your appearance, treating your face like a product to be upgraded and perfected, studies show it leads to anxiety and depression. You stop being a person. You become a project. Reality has gotten so distorted that a new medical term has been coined. Snapchat dysmorphia. Women are now seeking plastic surgery to look like their filtered selves. They don't even want to look like models. They want to look like the algorithm's version of them. These filters didn't just change how we look online. They've changed what our brains believe we should look like in reality. So, why is China banning them? The official reason is to improve content quality and crack down on misleading visuals. But dig further, and deeper reasons emerge. This isn't just about vanity, it's about fraud. Chinese netizens started calling it out directly. Streamers making money through excessive beautification are basically committing fraud. But the damage goes far beyond individual deception. It's social poison. One Chinese commentator explained it this way. Men no longer watch TV. They don't look at their own wives. They just scroll on their phones to look at pretty girls who look like fairies. But those fairies aren't real. Do you think this is beneficial to relationships? To lowering divorce rates? He called it spiritual poisonous grain, not inferior to opium. Women using filters started believing their own illusions. They'd look at their filtered face and think, I'm a 9 out of 10. I deserve a wealthy, tall, handsome man. Their standards skyrocketed, but walk down the street, you wouldn't see a single woman who looked like her online persona. Beauty mode made them lose themselves. China isn't banning beauty filters because they're vain. They're banning them because they've become a form of mass psychological manipulation. Here's what the Chinese government isn't saying out loud. Across the developed world, something catastrophic is happening. Birth rates are collapsing, marriage rates are plummeting. Young people aren't dating. They're not having relationships. They're not forming families. The United States, most of Europe, China, Japan, South Korea, the pattern is everywhere. And nobody can pinpoint exactly why. Except, what if social media is part of it? Think about it. Men scroll through thousands of digitally perfect women every day. Women no real person could ever compete with. So why would they pursue real relationships? Why settle for reality when the fantasy is always one swipe away? And women compare themselves to these impossible standards and feel worthless. Or they demand partners who meet the same fictional criteria they see online. Both sides are chasing illusions. One Chinese man described meeting a woman from a dating app. After seeing her real face, he deleted the app entirely. How many millions of potential relationships died exactly like that? How many marriages never happened because someone couldn't live up to their filtered profile? Meanwhile, the divorce rate climbs. both men and women scroll through endless fantasy, convinced they're settling for less, convinced their reality isn't good enough. Filters might be destroying our ability to form real human connections, to see real people as attractive, and to accept reality as good enough. China's birth rate is in freefall. Their economy depends on population growth, so this isn't just about beauty anymore. This might be about survival. When the ban was announced, the panic was immediate. 90% of streamers will all lose their jobs, one broadcaster predicted. If those female streamers turn off that beauty filter, they really cannot be looked at. It will scare the viewers so much they'll doubt life, she said. These women built everything on a digital mask. Their entire persona, their income, and their identity. So what happens when that mask is ripped off? Viewers will stop donating. The men who've spent thousands supporting their favorite streamers will feel betrayed. Careers will collapse overnight. Some women fought back defensively. I paid thousands for this phone. I'll use beauty mode if I want. What does it have to do with you? Others insisted, even with beauty mode, you need good bone structure. If you're ugly, even level 10 beauty mode can't save you. But underneath the anger was fear, because they know the truth. They built their careers on deception, and now they're being forced to show their real faces. And that doesn't get the same view count. So, could America be next? Well, it's already starting here. TikTok announced they're banning certain beauty filters for users under 18. Filters like bold glamour that dramatically reshape facial features, gone for minors. And in Europe, they're investing nearly 2 billion euros into safety initiatives, whatever that means. Mental health experts are calling this a necessary step. If teenagers stop using filters now, they might gradually normalize a more authentic online presence. China bans it, TikTok restricts it for minors, Instagram and Snapchat are watching closely. The domino effect has begun. But here's where it gets complicated. On one hand, there's a strong case for bans. We're protecting young girls from impossible beauty standards. We're ending mass deception. We're forcing people to be authentic, sincere, and real. But on the other hand, isn't it your face, your choice? Film and television use makeup, color grading, and effects. Why are filters different? Some women genuinely feel empowered and confident using them. Who gets to decide what's too much? And government censorship is an extremely slippery slope. Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Before you know it, you won't be able to log in online without 3 layers of biometric identification. And here's the uncomfortable middle ground. What if the problem isn't the filter? What if the problem is that we created a world where women felt they needed to hide their real faces to be valued? A ban might not ever fix that. An entire industry has been built on women who don't exist in reality. Billions of dollars, millions of hours, all spent on faces that were never real. Now the Chinese government is forcing them to face reality, and people are calling it oppressive. But ask yourself this. If someone built their entire career on catfishing millions of people, would you defend that? Because that's what this is. Mass catfishing. At scale. For profit. And it isn't just that filters deceived us. It's that we wanted to be deceived. We chose the beautiful lie over the ordinary truth. And maybe that's the real reason this ban cut some of us so deeply. It's not taking away filters. It's taking away permission to live in denial. So, I've got a real question for you. If every filter disappeared from your phone right now, how would you feel? Relieved or terrified? If it's the second one, that's the problem they're trying to solve. Not the filter itself. The fact that you need it to feel worth looking at. An entire generation of women grew up believing their real faces weren't good enough. That pores were mistakes. That texture was a flaw. That aging was something to hide, fix, and erase. We didn't just normalize filters. We made them feel mandatory. So if you made it this far, let me know, honestly. Would you support a filter ban? Comment either relieved or terrified. And if you want to go even deeper into why modern faces look so uncanny and what it's doing to women's mental health, check out my video about why nobody looks human anymore. I'll link it on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.